guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be looking at and giving my thoughts on the AirPods Pro 2. Yes guys, I have been using these AirPods Pro. I've been putting them in this little silicone case, but I have been using the AirPods Pro 2 for, I would say now, probably 2 and a bit weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks that I've been using these AirPods. Now, I am somebody who very much is a big fan of the AirPods 3. These are like my go-to every single day, but I did lose my case recently on these, and you can see I bought a new case, of course, and I've also stuck an AirTag on this. Now, I don't really like this whole solution, I gotta be honest. Now, what the AirPods 2 does offer is it does give us a speaker in the case. You can see here the speaker holes on the bottom, and with that it gives us the U1 chip, which basically puts an AirTag inside this package. Now, I really like that, and that's one of the things that I really like about this. That being the speaker, the sound feedback I get on this is great. You get sound feedback when you put in, like, you know, it on charge or whatever, and I just really like having that like feedback. It's really good. So like this. We obviously do get the light indicator there on the front, but that, you know, isn't very good when you have a case on it sometimes. Sometimes when you have a case, you can't really see the light, especially with like my AirPods 3. I can't tell if they're charging or if they're not charging. I personally wish Apple would go back to putting the light inside the case like we had on the first generation AirPods, but, you know, that's not going to happen now with wireless charging. So the sound feedback of the speaker is really handy, especially in like dark situations. Obviously, like the evening, you put your AirPods on charge, it's pitch black sometimes in my room. Is it on charge? Ping. Yes, it is. It's really handy. Another thing I really like about having the U1 chip, I guess, in this is it is always connected to my phone. You can see here all my widgets there on the iPhone, if it loads. You can see there all my widgets on my iPhone that the AirPods is always connected. You can see there I've got the status there of the battery. It is always connected. I know on my lock screen, every time that my AirPods are close to my phone, it comes up there. If this disappears or I leave these at home, then that does change to my Apple Watch. So it's really handy just knowing what my battery life is of my case there and then. I can just tap that, and I think it takes me directly to the widget then on the side. Great stuff. So previously using these AirPods, like AirPods Pros for me normally have really been finicky things. You know, they've got these obviously little tip bud things. Now these are not for everybody, especially for someone like me. I am somebody who very much does prefer using the AirPods without the silicone tips on them. They just don't fit in my ears. But I think over the last, the last time I had AirPods was a good couple of years ago now. I thought I'm going to give these a proper go, and I'm going to figure out how these can work, because I've been looking online and some people have been saying they've had to put like different sizings on different buds, etc. And that is one handy thing. Apple does include multiple sizes on their silicone tips. You can see here we get small, medium, I think it's extra small, and large, and then medium, sorry, comes on the buds themselves. So what I've actually had to do is my left bud with medium fits perfectly. For some reason, it just sits in there. It's almost like hooks around the side. It is perfect. Shake my head, it doesn't move. But my right bud is a problem. It's almost like my right ear is a different size. So what I've done this time is I've actually put a small bud, you can see there the small one, on the right hand side. So I've got the small on the right, which actually does hook around, and then I've got the left one then which hooks in. The medium on the right, for whatever reason, it just basically wants to fall out, or it's like too big. It doesn't sit right in my ear, but having the small really does help. Now you're probably going to say, James, isn't that going to be different like sound wise? Well, it's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal. I should have the same in both, but I do pass the ear fit tip test, or whatever it's called. I do pass that, and I'm having really good experience with the noise cancelling. It doesn't seem to be like leaking through on the one side. Seems to be just as sealed. So I feel like this ear hole is smaller than this one. So really loving that now that I actually can wear these rather than not being able to wear them. It means I get to have my AirPods Max features on the go, which is the things that these AirPods 3 don't have, and that is the noise cancellation. Charging this as well, I did touch on this earlier, but charging via the Apple Watch charger is really handy, especially when I was using my Apple Watch Ultra, which I wasn't charging that every night, of course, but I was using these every single day, so I was needing to charge this every night. Now MagSafe is how I charge my phone, so if my MagSafe charger is taken up, which I'm charging my phone, which is going to happen most of the time, having the Apple Watch charger free on the side was really handy for me to then use this for my AirPods. Now, something I didn't think would be beneficial, but I really enjoyed using my Apple Watch charger rather than my MagSafe charger, just because it was more readily available. But that's just my scenario. Obviously, if you have an Apple Watch and you've got to charge that every night, then that charger's not going to be available. So for me, I found that a benefit. And the final thing that I've really enjoyed about these is at the very, very beginning of my experiment, I put these in and I was obviously doing the volume scrolling feature. Now it does work pretty well, and I think it was very much like a lessons learned, because at the beginning of my whole experiment with this, I really didn't like the volume scrolling feature. My fingers are really big, and especially for AirPods, they literally are humongous, so I felt like I was like tapping my side. But it's very much like learning how to do it properly, and I've definitely got used to doing it. Very much put it in my ear now, and I just scroll the side there, and it just doesn't actually do, doesn't actually feel like I'm being silly in public or whatever. It actually feels quite natural. So it's just like learning how to do it. Didn't like it at the beginning, but as I've like got into it, I've really enjoyed having that feature. It's just really handy having to do that. So many times you just get used to putting your phone in your pocket and you just try and feel your volume better through your pants or whatever. Just try and press the volume down. Now haven't got to do that. Just go like that. So really nice. That much so that when I was with my AirPods 3, I tried turning them down, and obviously it didn't work. So yeah, things I really want in my AirPods Pro. I really want waterproofing, like as an actual thing. It is waterproof and dust resistant to a certain level. The case isn't. The AirPods are obviously like sweat resistant and that type of stuff. Probably get away with dropping them in a puddle and then you'd be fine. But I've actually washed these. These have gone through the washing machine. Yeah, I've tested these, not intentionally. They were just left in my trousers, and then Hannah washed them, and obviously they were drying out to dry. But I think largely down to the fact that I was using this silicone case, which has this little plug at the bottom as well for the lightning port there. You can see that there was like acting, I think, as more of a deterrent. When I did open my AirPods, there was a tiny bit of like water and moisture at the top end there, but nothing too insane. So that is just something to bear in mind as well. These are still just going to be the same type of like, durability. You need to look after them, but I would really love it to have full waterproofing on like the case, even if they could just do the case. The iPhone we got it, for God's sake. Let's just get this case waterproof. That'd be cool enough. Another thing I really would like on the AirPods Pro 3 now coming soon, I guess in a couple of years, is definitely going to be USB-C. Of course, Apple needs to do this. EU laws are going to make sure every device has USB-C, so it's definitely going to be coming. Bit of a shame they haven't done it in the AirPods 2, especially when, we've just had the new Siri remote be re-released, and that has got USB-C. So, maybe there's more plans, like they want to launch another set of these in the next year or so, but I definitely they probably could have put a USB-C in these if I was going to be honest. Yeah. But other than that, that is pretty much it. That's my experience of using AirPods Pro 2. I have been using them out and about. What do I think of them? In comparison, sound-wise, I think, the AirPods 3s are still very good. The only differentiation for me really is the fact that I do just get that noise cancelling feature on the AirPods Pro 2. That is the only thing for me that I notice a difference in. I'm not like an audiophile when it comes to like music in my ears and stuff. If it sounds good, if I'm comfortable with my earphones in, then I'm happy. And I wasn't before, but now using the two different tips, I am happy. So with the AirPods Pro 2, what am I going to do with them? Are they staying? Are they going? Well, they're going to stay. I'm over my return period now. At the point of filming this, it's been over 2 weeks. So I'm definitely keeping them because I really enjoy having them anyways. I still got my AirPods 3 here, which I'm going to keep around purely for the fact that I just bought this case for 80 odd quid from Apple. So I'm just going to keep these as like a second pair of AirPods just to have around. I'm not sure, maybe I'll give them away to like a family member or something, but I'm finding myself gravitating more towards the AirPods Pros, especially in work. I'm working in an environment with loads of people around, so these are nice to put in. And then of course just block out that sound. You don't want people like on phone calls to be disturbing you actually focusing and doing your work. So these were a nice surprise, and I'm really happy that I've actually got them now. So guys, there it is. There is my impressions, 2 weeks living with the experiment with the AirPods Pro, and obviously now we are keeping the second generation AirPods Pro in the building. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you got the AirPods Pro 2? Let me know. Are you interested in them? I'm really interested to know what you guys think of these because a lot of people have been raving about them. But yeah, there it is guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Of course, please do subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye guys.